bitch, I'm on the rail. I wrap it, I bag it, I pack it for sale. Got feeling on speed out, hit me to chill. I give it a thrill, I put it on film. Niggas beside get applaud, that ain't real. Come to my section and flex, we can tell. I got a show and she dipping them nails. I'm flipping my L's, I know they can tell. I did it too major, they hit me for favors. Been him since the cable was cut in the cradle. What's up, only right that I do it. Colossal until I'm a boss, so they want me to fail. Look, we prevail. Tell them to point out who said it, they run it. Bitch, I'm on your tail. Know that they talking, they telling them tales. Just know how to tell, that shit for the sale. Hey, they talk like they got it, but they need to stop it. I'm leading with logic, my heartbeat is frosted. I seen it, got optics, I need it from Shawty. She mean with the top and it's obvious. They need him a target, I'm dodging they darts, make 'em reach for the stars. I'm dumping, I'm forcing the pun off the runs. I'm moving with caution, I'm saucing my nigga is nothing. From nothing to something they'll never be. Tycoon and I'm Jay with the thizzle face. I'm nothing my section has ever seen. Run the ice so I'm touch, I don't need a screen. I'm Curry, I stitch it from 30 deep. Do the pin in the pad like it's surgery. She been curving you just to flirt with me. Toolie tucked off, but the jewels out. I just in a home with a full mouth. I'm a rare breed when the moon out. I'ma stop playing by the rules now. I been ran plays, need a new route. Queen said she needs space in a new house. Mom told me that she pray for the kid every day. No wonder I'm getting paid for the tunes now. They down on their ass, bitch, I'm on the rail. I wrap it, I bag it, I pack it for sale. Got feeling on speed out, I hit me to chill. I give it a thrill, I put it on. Niggas beside get applaud, that ain't real. Come to my section and flex, we can tell. Niggas really outside with it. Roll with it. Roll with it. Roll with it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being here tonight. It is Barbershop Talk. Y'all already know what it is. We always going to bring y'all the greatest show on the planet on Friday nights with Barbershop Talk, man. Again, thank you guys for being here tonight. Man, I got a surprise for you guys tonight, man. I'm glad that you guys are here. We got some other guys that'll be coming in a little bit later that are out at the gym and doing other things. But thank you guys for being here. The ones who are in the back, thank you guys for being here for this conversation. You see it. It said, how do we help our sons avoid the chaos? How do we help our sons avoid the chaos? And this is going to be a great conversation. But before we do that, let me go over here to the chat. That's undefeated. We got Beautifully Animated Speaks in the house. She said, hey, Black Men Unfiltered network panel in chat. Shout out to Beautifully Animated Speaks. We got Codius King in there. He said, hand pink waving. Jill's Chocolate is in the building. Happy Friday, Black Men Unfiltered panel in chat. Happy Friday to you too, sweetheart. What We Know podcast is in the building tonight, guys. Yes. Then we got Beautifully Animated back over. She's speaking to everybody. We got Black David in the building. Before we get started, I'm gonna do a shout out to Black David. That's my brother. Black David. There you go, Black David. That was for you, man. Shout out to Black David, man. Black David, you know what? If you want to be a part of this conversation, brother, I would love to have you, man. I'm gonna go ahead and send you the link, man. Make sure you don't have no background noise, because you know it'd be sounding like y'all skinning elephants over there in your background. So make sure your background is good. But anyway, again, guys, we're gonna have a great conversation tonight. Listen, we need to get our boys together. You know, I understand men are set in their ways. And I understand some men want to be helpful. And I think tonight, this show is going to be helpful. I think that we'll be able to bridge some gaps tonight on this show tonight. And so I'm sending brother, let's see, my boy, where is he at? Black David. Oh, there he is. So Black David, I just sent you the link, my brother. Would love to have you on tonight, man. There it is. All right. So I want to bring up my guys that's going to be here tonight. Let's see here. So I want to bring up the original guys that'll be here, and the other guys will be here shortly. I want to bring up my brother from another mother first. Mandrell is in the building tonight. What's going on, Mandrell? How you doing tonight, my brother?
Hey, everyone.
All right. And then I got my brother Tyrus in the building tonight. Oh!
Hey.
What's going on, man? Hey, listen, all the way from Detroit. Yeah, listen, all the way from Michigan, where it's so cold, if you piss outside, it'll puncture your kidney. Let's give it up for my boy JT is in the building tonight. What's going on? So, guys, you guys are here tonight, and I'm thankful that you guys are here. I want to get with you guys, and then I'm going to bring two other guys up. That's going to bring some goodness to the show tonight. So, Let's start with while we're waiting on Mandrell to cam up. Tyrus, how you been, man? How's the family? How's the wife? How's the kids?
I gotta get a bigger crib, bro. I didn't manage to build the Millennium Falcon in the corner of the house. The whole streaming setup was not supposed to look like a spaceship.
All
Gotta
right,
get your own dedicated room for that, man. First world problems, but everything's good. How's yours?
man. Good, bro. Good, bro. Thank you, man. JT, how my sister doing over there, and how you doing tonight, man?
You know she lovely. I'm trying to get her little big head bastard. You know, it's like I'm lying. No more kids for us. How big that baby head will be,
man. Boy, be head sneeze a head but an angel. Just bam. But thank you, JT, for being here. Mandrell, how's your day going, man? Is he there? I think he constipated.
It's going all right.
Taking a boo boo.
All right, now, ladies and gentlemen, hold on. Before I bring up the two guests tonight that's going to be with us tonight, I got an intro for this guy that I'm about to bring up. Here it is. Ladies and gentlemen, all the way from Bakassu, Africa, let's give it up for yours truly. Black David is in the building tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, what's going on, Black David? JT be waiting on that.
With some regular people legs for me, man.
You can keep the music, but change the video, because that's not me. I don't want to look like that.
And you know what? Every time somebody hear that video now, they think about you. They hear that music, they think about
Too late. It's too late already.
Okay. All right. Thank you, man, for being here, Black David. So listen, guys, like I said, we always have these conversations about solutions. And we always said, and JT said the other night, he gave me a great idea. JT said we're always talking in circles because we're not actually talking to the young men that we're reaching to. So tonight, I want to bridge that gap a little bit. All right. I want to bring up my nephew, Tristan. He's 15, ladies and gentlemen. I want to bring up my nephew, CJ, is in the building tonight. CJ, thank you for being here tonight. All right. And I want to bring up my son, Jabari. He's in the garage. Yeah, there he is. Jabari's in the building tonight. Put these guys on the same row together here. CJ. All right, Tristan. There we go. Bam, bam, bam. All right. So listen, I want you guys to introduce yourselves and tell everybody how old you are so we can have this conversation with you guys tonight. Tristan, we'll start with you. You can unmute and tell everybody your name. I mean, when they see your name, but how old you
are. My name Tristan, and I'm 15 years old.
All right. CJ?
My name is CJ. I'm 14 years old. Yeah, that's about it.
All right, cool. Appreciate that, CJ. Jabari? Unmute yourself. Look, it had to be mine.
My name is Jabari, and I'm 15 years old.
All right, man. Thank you guys for being here tonight, man. And so I want to bring these guys in so we can have this conversation. All right, we can talk to these young men, 15, 14, 15. And I think this is the age where the conversation is the most important that we have with them. So I definitely want to do that tonight, man. So welcome them to the show. So the first thing, you know, that I wanted to just throw out there with you guys is I want to start with my guys first, my team. You know, Black David and Tyrus and JT. What are some important things that you feel as if we should talk to these young men about tonight to start the conversation and where we are today? Anybody can jump in at any time.
Hey, I'll go first. Hey, shout out to Tristan. My daughter, her first boyfriend looked just like you, man. You're a good looking dude, straight up. So, hey, you're already good in my book. First off, what are you guys into right now?
Y'all can go ahead. You can unmute. Yeah, go ahead.
Like sports wise or like?
Yeah, Trish, you go first. Then CJ go again.
Man, like what's your main focus right now?
My main focus right now is basketball. Yeah.
Cool. You hoop?
Yeah,
for the team.
I had a game today, actually.
Oh, how'd you do?
Yeah, we lost, but I had 15.
Oh man, but you still took the L though, right?
Yeah.
That's all right, man. What about you, CJ?
Same. At the moment, my main focus is basketball.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a game today also.
Y'all play on the same squad?
No.
What position both y'all play? What position y'all play?
I play the 1 and 2.
I play power forward. The 4.
All right. Do you feel like Tristan, you got to play 2 most of the time, or are you comfortable with the 1?
I'm more comfortable at the 1 because I have more
What
control
about
of the
you?
game.
What about you, CJ? Are you 4, or are you feeling like you a 3?
I consider myself a 3, but at the moment, I'm playing the 4.
Word. What about you, Jabari? What you into, man?
I'm in football.
Oh, what position you play?
Running back and middle linebacker.
Oh, bro, the 2 most physical positions on both sides. You start both sides?
I don't start middle linebacker. I start running back.
Oh, do you play a lot at the MLB position though?
Yes.
That's cool, bro. That's dope. So sports and everything like that's y'all main focus?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a good thing, man. Team sports. That's basic.
All right. Hey, so and Tyrese, if you got anything else, you can go ahead. If not, JT, you can go, and then we'll move to Mandrell and so on and so forth.
You good, Tyru?
Yeah, what?
Oh, you got? Oh no, actually, you got more questions for the boys. You got anything else? I say you got anything else you want to ask them?
No, I just want to like get to know
okay,
them, normal conversation.
Okay, cool. All right, JT, go ahead, brother.
Hey, how you doing, y'all fellas? How's everybody?
Doing good.
All right. Tonight, I think what would be very, I think, important for us to let them know is that they have to build value as young men, and they have to start at the age they are right now. Understand what value is. They also have to understand the opposite sex and know how to navigate when engaging with the opposite sex. Because at the age you guys are right now, it's going to go very fast. Before you know it, you're going to be 18. And by the time you get 18, this is when life starts to happen for you. And, though I think those 2 are very important because I don't know, do you guys want to have a family when you get older?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Do you guys want to be married? That's what I should have asked. Do you want to be married when you get older?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So, yeah, I think that's going to be fairly important for you guys to be able to know how to navigate once you get to that age. So that's 2 major ones that I look at, Black man.
All right, cool. We'll get into that as well with them. Mandrell?
What do you guys plan to do if sports don't work out?
That's a good question.
I'm planning to go back to school and be a lawyer.
So, okay, CJ.
My plan is to get my business and management degree and own multiple barbershops.
Jabari.
Yeah.
I want to be a construction worker.
You want to be a construction worker?
Yeah.
Ooh,
Okay.
This guy knows all about trade school and how much bread they be making.
Because then you know you're going because do that for about 5 years. You see, you work construction about 5-6 years. After that, you can open up your own construction company. You give yourself 5 or 6 years so you can learn the ins and outs of the business itself. Because every business don't run the same way. You know what I'm saying? Like you're also gonna need to know how to negotiate contracts, bid for contracts, things like that. It sounds like a lot, but it's not. That's why I say give yourself 5 or 6 years so you can learn the ins and outs of the business and master it first. Then step out there.
Jabari, you go into the business side or the technical side of construction?
Business.
Okay, so you want to go more to contract management and not into like the technicals?
Yeah.
Okay.
Gotcha. I asked that because as you know, there's only a 1% chance that any of you make it professionally in sports. 1% chance. So, yeah, that might be your focus, but don't make that your end all be all. Work on the other stuff too, because chances are you're probably not going to make it. Going on probability. So plan for the other stuff. Make that a priority. And don't let nothing come in that way. Not girls, none of that. Put your business first. Your sports, your athletics, and your education. Going towards what y'all want to do. Put that first before everything else.
All right, appreciate that, man. Mandrell. A Black David.
Wow. I like the answer I'm hearing. Well, I want to ask, who is your mentor that got you in that direction first? Tristan? Because I know the answer they're giving me is not just out of nowhere. Sometimes I'm motivated thinking that direction. For the lawyer, for the guy when I'm on multiple bits with the excellent idea, and the brother on this side who wanted to work in construction, because I've been saying it for the past 20 years out here in Brooklyn, New York, and I talk to people like you guys to think beyond the sport. If you're not an actor who's your mentor, because you must have learned it from someone, you must have had the idea of thinking outside the box. This is why I told Black men on I tell Mandra, we need to have more mentors out there to not sit down and have the tough conversation, but pick their brains, see what they like to do. Me and Mandra, we are IT nerds. Yes, you can go to trade school and stuff like that, but somebody must have motivated us to get in that direction. That's why I asked. You could take your time. Let me know when you're ready to give me the answer who's your mentor, because I'm proud that the person must have convinced you or inspire you, because this is something I do on a regular outside social media. And I know people have looked down on trade, but trade make more money than degrees, to be bluntly honest with you guys. Lawyers do make money. I'll give you that right now. I'm going to tell you the truth. You're going in a great direction. But if you have this conversation, you will realize there's certain things you need to put yourself in a place whereby you cannot be distracted. You got to be on your hand and feet, digging into that direction you're going to take. And we know I'm saying that it's not about perfection, but it's all about that hunger and that drive and determination. It's all about discipline. But if we have this conversation, you understand why I'm saying these things. But the question I asked you guys about your mentor, think about it before you give me the answer, all right? If you want to talk, let me know.
All right. So we got Mr. Bennett in the house. Mr. Bennett, welcome to the show tonight, Mr. Bennett. We got CJ here tonight. He's 14, Tristan 15, Jabari 15 as well. So did you have anything that you want to ask them before we go into conversation with them? Is there anything that you would like to say to them as you coming in?
Well, first of all, good evening. Sorry, I was running a little bit late. I did go back and watch some of the Q&A that had taken place before I jumped on, so I thought those were very pertinent questions that you would ask them. I guess if I was going to add something different, I would probably ask, just in your spaces, what are things that you are most, do you have any like fears or concerns, like things that worry you about the path that you guys are on? I know you say you guys want to, pursue sports, and you guys want to, you seem like you have a lot of things already figured out because of what you want to do. But what scares you about, say, the next 5-6 years or so? Or do you have any fears about the future that's ahead of you? Anything that may deter you from getting to where you need to be? What do you think as being young men in this space? What sticks out the most in terms of what you're seeing out there in the world?
What are y'all scared of? I mean, what are y'all scared of?
Well, for me, I would just say, like, just to start out, you got to start somewhere. You got to start in the shop. So it'll be hard. Well, I would say it will be hard, but I'm most scared of not being good enough or thinking.
Gotcha.
What about you, Tristan?
Like the things I'm trying to do in my future, I'm scared that I won't like succeed in it. Like what I'm trying to do with it.
Jabari?
I'm scared that somebody like when I play football, somebody gonna be in front of me, and I'm gonna have to work for the spot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So making it to the competition basically at the level that you're at. Are you good enough to get past that guy who's going after the same thing that you're going after? You're going to be good enough. Gotcha.
Well, Jabari, that's something you got to deal with, get used to, get comfortable with that. Make that your best friend, because you're never gonna find a moment in your life, no matter what you're trying to do, there's always gonna be somebody else trying to take your spot. Even if you own your own company, there's gonna be other companies fighting for the same contracts you fighting for. Okay, there's gonna be other employees. Hold on, there's gonna be other employees fighting for that management job or that position in that job you're looking for.
Or that be it.
Competition should be your best friend.
Exactly.
Embrace it and learn to love competition. That's why I'm telling you guys, make what you're trying to do with your life your number one priority. That's Floyd Mayweather wasn't the best boxer of his era simply because of his skill. Floyd Mayweather the best boxer of his era because he outworked everybody. Floyd Mayweather get up at 3 o'clock in the morning and go running. Nobody else is doing that. He trained his butt off every day when he got ready for a fight. Nobody else is doing that. While everybody else is asleep or out drinking and partying, Mayweather was training. And look at where he got him. A billionaire. You got to outwork your competition, fellas. Always keep that in mind. And yeah, you're scared of failure.
That's one of my. Sure, you boys understand that not everybody's meant to be a billionaire. There's a reason why there's a bunch and then there's everyone else, right?
Yeah, but they get the point. What I'm saying, you got to outwork your competition and always keep that in mind. You know what I'm saying? That's my point. They know everybody ain't gonna be a billionaire. I mean, there's only 15 black ones in the country, on the planet. I mean, so on the planet, there's only like 15 black ones. So I mean,
who's your favorite running back?
Let me add to this. In this panel,
Black David. Go ahead, Black David.
I'll make it quick. We got 3 IT guys: me, Manjo, and you got Mr. Bennett.
Mr. Bennett.
The great thing about competition, it makes you check yourself. So I would say that let yourself have more competition that will allow you to look yourself in the mirror and see what I need to work on, what I need to build on, how can I sharpen my skills. The reason I'm saying that, me and Mr. Ben work in corporate America, we find people that push us to go up to the next level. Sometimes we have to check ourselves and say, you know what, I need to work on this. I'm weak on this part, but I'm strong at this. I need to balance it out. You guys play sport, am I correct? You never get better if you don't have competition. Am I right or wrong? So the fear that you have, let that fear be the fuel that drives you to that next level. I get what you guys were saying because I had that same thing go to my head every time I get a new job. I fear I may not be good enough, but what it does, it just say, you know what? Nah, I'll be good at what I can do. If it's not enough, I'll be better. Don't make your fear be your weakness. Let your fear be your strength. Turn that to fuel to say, you know what? Nah, I'm not going to tap out. I'm not going to quit. I will keep pushing. But we will talk about it later. But I like the honest energy you give him because I understand where you guys are coming from.
All right. And before we go into anything else, we got unsolicited security boss in the building tonight. And thank you for the $7 super chat. She said, "Black Men Unfiltered respects the elders and the young men on the panel." So let's shout out to you guys. She's taking a shout out to you. So we'll play something for her, and we'll come back and do an icebreaker because we got to get into this favorite running back because these kids today they think that LeBron is the best basketball player of all time, and he's trash. So we're gonna play. Look at Mr. Bennett. Look at Mr. Bennett. Mr. Bennett, don't start.
That title belongs to Michael Jordan.
Hey, come on. But after this,
and him alone.
After this, we'll get to it. Here we go.
Y'all never.
All right. Thank you for that $7 super chat. So, listen, I want to get into this real quick, man. We're gonna break some ice right now. So, Mandrell already done spoke the word of God tonight and said that Michael Jordan.
And let me put the period on it. Put the period on it. Even Kobe Bryant, as good as he was, I'll go even so far as to say Kobe Bryant was great, even though I can't stand Kobe Bryant. I acknowledge his talent. He was a great basketball player. No matter how much he tried to be Jordan, even he was no Michael Jordan. Jordan was divine.
So, what do you rank LeBron on in your top 5, Mandrell?
He's not in my top 5.
He's not in your top 5, man.
No.
Yeah.
Y'all don't watch basketball.
Yeah. So,
no, you don't watch basketball.
Y'all don't watch basketball.
You don't watch basketball.
Wait, if you think Bron is in the top 5 of greatest of all times, you don't watch You ain't watch basketball growing up.
Bro, if you don't cut it out,
Bron ain't the best. Come on,
cut it out, man. Cut it out, bro.
So
Bron ain't that.
Let's ask the fellas. Tristan, who your top 5? It is about to be good too. You muted. Tristan, who your top 5, Tristan? Hold on, I'm waiting till you got unmute. You muted, Tristan. Go ahead, CJ.
You said what?
Oh, go ahead. There you go. Who's your top 5? Top 5.
My top 5.
Yeah.
I got Michael Jordan, Kobe. I got Michael Jordan, Kobe. I have Magic,
okay.
Kareem, and Iverson.
Man, that's a good list right there, boy. LeBron ain't nowhere on it. All right, I love it. So let's go to Mr. Bennett. We'll go to Teen.
He's not even close.
Yeah, Teen and Elder. Mr. Bennett, your top 5, Mr. Bennett. Oh, y'all see the jersey? He's
gonna say Larry Bird. Watch.
Larry Bird.
You muted, Mr. Bennett.
Mr. Bennett. You muted.
He's gonna say Larry Bird. Watch.
All right, so I'm a diehard Celtic fan, so call me a homer, but Larry Bird is in my top 5. All right.
Fair enough.
Obviously, Magic. Obviously, MJ.
Right.
I would probably put Olajuwon in my top 5. And then I would probably say Steph Curry. That's my top 5.
Hey, Steph got to be in there. All right, CJ. Come on, CJ. Give it to me. Top 5, CJ. Give it to me.
Well, of course, Michael. Of course, Kareem. Kobe.
Mm-hmm.
Let me think.
You got 2 more. Come on with it.
I want to put Will up in there, but I just can't.
Man, see, boy, I like y'all, boy. Oh, that's what I'm talking about.
We'll go Shaq and Will Chamberlain.
Okay, Jabari, top 5. Come on, please don't embarrass your daddy tonight, son. Give me your top 5.
LeBron, Luka.
Let me drop him.
Let me go.
Let me get
Kobe, Michael Jordan, and what's Greek Freak.
Oh my God. Hey, I wish I had Freezy here tonight. There you go.
Man, cut it out. Leave us alone.
Man, listen, man. This boy
Leave
said
him alone.
he said LeBron. The first thing come out of his mouth of LeBron, man. He don't punch me till the end of the year.
No, he don't know punishment. He's the leader. That's why. That LeBron's the leader. Cut it out.
Oh, you know what? Why you talking, Black David? I think the kids should be introduced to your dance video. How about that? Here we go. Yeah. Oh, I'm sorry. Did your baby see that?
This my granddaughter.
Your grandbaby, okay. Black David. Hey, granddaughter, how you doing? Sure. But so we'll go to Tyrese. Tyrese, top 5. Come on, give it to me.
LeBron, MJ, Kobe, Shaq, and I'm gonna put Steph in there.
Okay, all right. Come on, JT.
First and foremost, I am embarrassed that you black men, the elders, has not said who I'm about to say. If you don't see what it is, Detroit Pistons, number 11, Zeke, Isaiah Thomas. Then we have Michael Jordan,
mm-hmm.
Magic Johnson.
Come on.
Kobe Bryant,
Come on.
LeBron.
So wait, you saying that Isaiah Thomas is a better basketball player than Michael Jordan?
It's
Is
no
that what you're
particular
saying?
order. No, it's no
Oh, okay, no particular. Okay, gotcha.
particular order.
So yeah,
I was just asking.
Yeah, he's about to get toe up if he said that. I know he
Yeah,
wasn't.
yeah, no, he knew that would be silly.
Wait, you said what now?
He just put Thomas. He just threw Thomas in there because he's from Detroit.
No, I put Thomas in there because he actually is a great basketball player.
No, what I'm saying is, no doubt. But what I'm saying is, you put his name first before Jordan.
Yeah, he'll live by you.
Yeah.
Of course, yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying. I was asking a question.
I already know I'm biased when it comes down to Detroit.
Oh, yeah, I put Bird first. So yeah, so we're gonna rep our home stuff.
But hold on. Did
Hey,
CJ,
CJ, who are you emulating right now? If you're looking at a 3 or a 4, who's your favorite player right now?
My favorite player doesn't play the 3 or 4 right now, but
What's he play?
he plays the 1 and the 2.
Okay. Hey, what do you think? What's your height right now, or too personal?
Wait, can you say that again?
What's your height?
Your height.
Right now I'm 5'11". 5'11", I think.
Oh, so you're perfect for like maybe the 1 or the 2, right?
Yeah.
But do you like those positions, or you like the 3 or 4 better?
I like the 3 better because you can pretty much do it. Like you can do stuff that the 1 and the 2 would do, and you can do stuff that the 3 and the 4 would do.
Mr. Bennett. Mr. Bennett.
Yes, sir.
He taller than Montreal.
Oh boy, here we go again.
I don't understand what's so funny about that.
What?
I mean, look, it's not as if I can't put either one of them on their backside at any given time.
See, you always have to go there. You gotta go.
Just so violent.
He's just trying to make it. He's trying to say, he's trying to put, Montreal's short. That doesn't matter at the end of the day.
But either way, get it out there.
You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter at the end of the day, is my point. You know what I'm saying? It depends on what you're trying to do. They could probably play better basketball than I can. But here's the thing. I assume everybody can. I'm horrible at basketball.
Hold on.
Always have been.
Somebody in the chat said y'all sleeping on the big fundamental Tim Duncan.
No, we're not.
Yes, but y'all. I mean, you only see the top 5. Damn, we. There's a lot of basketball players to be putting somebody in the top 5. We got 75 damn years of that.
JT, hold on. Did Isaiah Thomas beat Jordan's several times?
Yes.
Man, don't start all that, man.
Yes.
Golly.
Yes.
There you go.
Yes.
Hey, you talking about in the finals?
Just saying. I mean, you can't
Yeah,
sleep
but
on Zeke.
wait. Isaiah Thomas didn't beat
You can't
Jordan.
sleep on Zeke.
The
All I
Pistons
said is
beat
you can't sleep
Chicago.
on me.
The Pistons beat Chicago. Yeah, Isaiah Thomas ain't beat Jordan. And Isaiah Thomas is not touching Jordan in a one-on-one basketball contest. No.
And on top of that, when Jordan whooped
You
him
know he
so
did
bad,
shut him down many a times, right?
Yeah, but elbowing him and clotheslining him on the court.
Okay, now we're gonna use that shit.
You know it's true.
You know, JT, Jordan whipped him so bad he didn't want to shake hands after the game. They just walked out. Golly, that's terrible. That's terrible. All right. But listen, so let's get to football. We got a lot of football going on this weekend. As another icebreaker. All right. I got San Francisco over Dallas because I can't stand Dallas Cowboys. So I got San Fran over Dallas. I also got I got Buffalo. No, I got Cincinnati beating Buffalo. And I got the Eagles beating the Giants. And then what other game we got? Oh, and then I got Jacksonville in the upset against Kansas City.
Damn, Jacksonville is in the damn. Oh my God, dang.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You right. Because they did 3 upsets.
Yes, sir.
Regular season.
Yeah. Hey, you know what? I got so many Saints fans on here right now. I just want to y'all unmute yourselves. Unmute yourselves, fellas. I'm having a moment.
Who that?
Tristan, CJ, and Jabari. Unmute yourselves.
All y'all Saints fans?
Oh yeah, let's get this. Tristan, unmute yourself because we gotta get this out real quick.
Who that?
Can I get a who that? Come on, can I get a who that? Come on, yes. So who you got this weekend, Tristan? Out of the Eagles and the Giants, who you rolling with? That's for you, Tristan.
Who that?
Well, who you got out of the Giants and the Eagles? Who winning that game?
I don't know because the Giants.
There you go.
I got the Eagles. I got the Eagles.
You got the Eagles.
It's not gonna be a.
Who you got at Cincinnati?
Ugly win.
Yeah, Cincinnati and Buffalo. Who you got?
You said San Francisco and who?
No, Cincinnati and Buffalo. You got Bengals or you got the Bills? Which one you rolling with?
I got Buffalo. Buffalo winning that.
Man, okay, we're gonna see. And last but not least, man, San Fran over Dallas. What you got?
The Bills.
No, I'm talking about Dallas Cowboys versus San Fran. Who you rolling with in that one?
San Francisco.
Oh yeah, me too, brother. I may be watching. I may be watching that game.
Yeah,
somebody. I'm going. Yeah. All right, CJ, who you got, man?
San
Who you rolling with
Francisco.
this weekend?
Sir?
Who you rolling with this weekend?
Well, for the Cowboys, and who is that?
I'm disappointed.
I got the Cowboys. I'm gonna go Eagles, and yeah, San Francisco.
No, you can't do San Francisco playing the Cowboys. You got to pick
one. Well, the Cowboys, the Eagles, and the Bengals.
And what about Jacksonville? What about Jacksonville in Kansas City?
I'm gonna go Jaguars.
I know that's right. I'm with man. If the Jaguars get to the AFC Championship, boy, woo, Jabari, what you got? Hey, that's your mama, CJ.
Yeah.
Tell your mama. Go ahead, Jamar.
Ma, I can hear you.
All right, what you got, Jamar? Bengals?
Oh, Bengals. Yeah, they winning that. What's the next team?
Jacksonville and Kansas City.
Oh, Kansas City's whooping that.
Eagles, Giants.
Oh, Eagles. Easy win, Eagles.
San Francisco, Dallas.
Cowboys blowing them boys out.
Damn, I'm so disappointed in you, son.
Did you see what they did to Tom Brady? The GOAT? The greatest of all time.
First of all, Tom Brady.
Tom is like 40-some years old.
Yeah, he served
with no
Still the GOAT.
What are we talking about?
Like LeBron.
LeBron is not the GOAT.
He's not at all.
Yeah, he is.
Thank you.
You're crazy.
Thank you.
And you know what? And the only reason you saying that, Tyrus, is because you live in Cleveland. That's it. Y'all so biased, bro. Y'all know LeBron is not the GOAT, bro.
But he is the GOAT. You know what I mean?
Oh my! So you saying LeBron is better than Jordan?
Yep.
Hold on. Let's ask this logical question.
He got a higher game-winning shot percentage. He a better passer. He a better all-around player. You know, Michael Jordan. If I just want to shoot J's and all that stuff, that's cool, bro. But I like that dude that does it all.
So the fact that Jordan won games all by himself, pretty much, makes. I'm talking about championship games. That's amazing. No, never mind to you.
He didn't win them games all by himself, brother.
Now here's the thing. LeBron has never performed the way Jordan has. Ever.
Yes, he has.
Never can. No,
yes,
he hasn't. No, he hasn't.
Time out.
Listen to me now.
Time out.
Jordan
you cannot
had it.
write history. You forget before Phil Jackson came to Chicago, he was losing a lot. Let's not forget history. Phil Jackson taught him teammate.
There you go.
Team spirit. Team collaboration.
He said, there you go.
He won his championship with a team.
This is embarrassing.
Himself.
Oh, you ain't seen all them games. I've watched them play championship games, and this dude just putting a basket at the back, dunking on three.
Keep in mind, though, we are talking about two greats.
Hold on now.
This is not two mediocre players, so we are talking about two greats. So
I know that.
But let me ask you this: who was the better leader of their team?
LeBron.
No.
Oh my God!
LeBron.
No, Jordan was. Jordan definitely was.
Say no to drugs.
Leader of a team.
The reason I said
I may say about. I mean, look, everybody here watched Last Dance, right?
Yes.
We all watched Last Dance.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
And how many of his former teammates would have called Jordan a great leader?
All of them.
Two of them.
I think
Who were the two?
But listen,
They
though,
couldn't stand. Truth be told, they couldn't stand Michael Jordan. They acknowledged his talent, but he was no leader.
No, two of them. They were two white guys. Both of them were white guys. The rest of them, B.J. Armstrong couldn't stand
One
them.
of them that he punched
Scottie
in the
Pippen
eye.
couldn't stand them.
Okay, so right. But think about it, guys. Those guys that right now, would they have that many championships if Mike wasn't slapping them or telling them they couldn't eat? Because Mike got on the plane and told the whole plane, I scored 60 tonight. Ain't nobody on this plane eating but me. Stewardess, don't feed none of them.
And that's a leader?
That sounds like a
That's
good leader.
exactly what I'm talking about. He did the same nonsense before. Phil Jackson came to Chicago.
I recant my statement.
Was playing that
Ron
minimum
probably was a
point.
better leader. I kind of
I
recant.
played Phil.
Hold on, man.
You making the case right now, BM. Like you.
Hold on, man. Before I get on y'all about Michael Jordan real quick, I do want Black David gave me the list over here. I didn't announce it. Black David has Rattlesnake Afterbirth on sale for $14.99 from all the way from Africa. All right, Rattlesnake Afterbirth.
Okay, there are no rattlesnakes in Africa.
Huh?
There are no rattlesnakes in Africa.
He bred them in Africa. He took them.
No.
That's right.
He had them as house pets.
Right. There are no rattlesnakes in Africa.
He took them over there, man.
You see what your father doing to me, Jabari? You see what's going on?
Jamar, wait a minute. So
do what I do with your dad. He always got jokes. Always.
Hey, listen, man. Listen. I want to get into a conversation with the young men. So I definitely want to talk about Mandrea alluded to education, having a plan B.
I didn't allude to anything. I just flat out told him.
What you did, right? Having a plan B if sports don't work out. So we covered that. But I did want to cover, avoiding chaos. When I said chaos, that means like avoiding being around the wrong crowd of people, right? Being around the wrong crowd of men or young when you grow up and you go to college. Being in the right areas, in the right situations, I think is a good way to get into this conversation, and we'll move on to that. So, guys, what advice would you give these guys for finding their tribe, the young men that they need to be around? Because so many men get lost in the sauce. And so, what do you think, Mr. Bennett? We'll start with Mr. Bennett first.
Well, clearly, you need to be around the guys who are going to push you to be the better version of yourself, always. Because everybody is not about, a lot of people. You also have to understand the difference between friends and buddies. Has anyone ever explained to you guys the difference between a friend and a buddy?
Go ahead. Give it to him, Mr. Bennett.
So a buddy is somebody who you associate with, but the purpose of the association is the activity that you're in. So you're going to have more buddies throughout your life. You're going to have buddies on your basketball team. You're going to have buddies in school. You're going to have buddies in the clubs that you belong to. But what holds the relationship together is the activity. Because a lot of times the guys who you might be hanging with now, you guys might be going in different directions and you guys aren't just going to be as close anymore because of that. So buddies are about the event, but true friends, these are the guys who are going to ride or die with you. They want you to be the better version of yourself. You're going to have some friends who are going to be like, yeah, I'm going ahead and do this. And you might even might want to go with him. If he's a true friend of yours, he'd be like, nah, you can't do that. Your real friends are the ones who are going to make sure that you can take the path that you shared tonight in terms of where you guys want to go. A true friend is not going to get you into anything that's going to get you away from that purpose. They're going to cheer you on. They're going to make sure that you get there. So make sure you make that distinction. But everybody gets together, if it's, can pal around. And the reality is, as far as like the circle that you're talking about, it's going to be very small, and it should be very small. If you guys told me that you guys got 20 friends, then I'm saying you may not have no friends then. So you really have to be able to look at, who's really swimming in either if they're not swimming in the lane that you're in, they're at least keeping you in the lane that you're in so you can get to the next level. So that'd just be something just to keep in mind, because everybody likes to have fun, everyone likes to do stuff, but if they're trying to pull you away from your purpose or whatnot, also see what their reaction is. right? If they say they want to go over here and do something, be like, nah, I gotta get ready for the game tomorrow. Watch their reaction. If they try to pull you away from that, says, nah, man, come on, you do that game tomorrow. That should be a red flag to you. That they're only interested in their satisfaction, but not your benefit. So just be mindful of that, all right? Watch these guys' reactions when you talk about, I need to be about my purpose. They'll be like, all right, I hear you. I'll see you tomorrow. That should be the response. Anything less than that, be careful.
All right. Hey, good stuff, Mr. Ben. Appreciate that, man. JT, what advice would you give them about the people they need to hang around and the circle they need to be around?
So as you guys get older, man, one of the things that can really help you is to be in unfamiliar grounds. Meet new friends. Don't be scared to meet new friends. Don't be scared to look at new cultures. If it takes for you, if you go to college, you want to go to college away from home. Don't be afraid to do that. Don't be afraid to get out there and be in a different type of community, because this is when you start learning what life is really about. If you got friends that are complacent, being lazy, like Mr. Bennett said, they try to get you to do something that is not productive in your life, you might as well cut that short. You can be associates with them or whatever, because you can have somebody that's really a cool guy. But if that guy don't have the drive that he's supposed to have, especially at the age that you guys are, man, this is when y'all supposed to have that. I mean, just go out and get it attitude. Because as you get older, that attitude goes down. And that's only because that's why you got to try to get to a point of being established around about the time that you're 35, 40 years old. But if you can ever help it, get away from home at least for a little bit, then you be straight.
All right, we appreciate that, JT. Tyrus, what do you got for him?
If you don't mind, BM, I would like to go last. I would like to see if this is going to be a conversation or a lecture.
Okay. Go ahead, Black David.
I'll make it simple.
Hey, man, hold on, Black David. It sounds like y'all skinning elephants in the background. What's going on over there?
Hold on a second. It's my grandkid, my daughter. I keep telling them to lower the TV.
They're making footballs out of wild boars.
He over there getting them geese ovaries ready. Hey,
man, no, that's not happening. Don't start that right now.
Okay, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Black David. I apologize. Go ahead.
I'll just make it simple. Being driven is not popular. When you focus on your goals, you focus what you set before yourself. A lot of people are not going to like it. But you will find people who will be inspired by your drive, who want to be around you and follow how you're going about it. Link up with people who go in the same direction you are going. For a trip, you want to be a lawyer? Be around people who are driven to be in the same path you want to go and willing to get down to the books. TJ, for when you want to be the barber, you got to figure out how to run a better, how to maneuver with different environment. Be around people in tough nature. Same thing with your barber, want to be in construction. These goals that you set for yourself will take you in a different path from everybody else. But once you are driven, you will know who is there for you, who will work with you, but you will also know who would against you, who will work against you, because the path to success is never easy. Like, keep that simple. Once you're hungry for it, and you're willing not to stop until you get there, you will see clear what I'm talking about. That's about it.
All right, Mandrill, are you there? I think Mandrill went to the...
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, what is your advice to the young men about the circles that they need to hang around, the people that they need to have around them?
What kind of circles they hanging in now?
Yeah,
answer me that question first.
Yeah, go ahead, Tristan. And then CJ, then Jabbar. He said, "What kind of circles are y'all hanging around now?"
Don't be embarrassed to answer the question.
I'm just hanging around I really just hang around the basketball players. Other than that, I don't really hang around with nobody.
All right, CJ.
At the moment, I only hang around like 2 people: a football player and a basketball player. That's pretty much it.
All right, Jabari. You muted, son. You muted. Unmute yourself. Hold on.
Jabari, are you black? That's black man. That's your boy, right?
Yep.
Jabari, a bit of advice before you go. All you got to do is be smarter than your equipment. Okay. That's all you got to do. That's all you got to do, son. Be smarter than your equipment. All right. Now, please answer the question.
Go ahead, Jabari.
I hang around the football players and athletes.
So everyone hangs around athletes, and that's about it, right? All right. Well, keep in mind, athletes do stupid stuff too. You've had NFL players get into gangbanging and nonsense like that and get arrested, and then there goes their career. The thing is, this is something you guys already know. You've probably heard a million times in your life. But when the time comes, when someone asks you to go do something stupid, that's the moment where you're going to know who you are and what you're made of. And it's based on the decision you make. Either A, you go do the stupid shit with them, or B, you be a fucking man and say no. Regardless of what anybody says to you, no matter how much they laugh at you, call you soft or weak or whatever. That's when you find, when it's moments like that, because it ain't gonna be the only moment in your life. There's gonna be other ones too, other tests like that too. But it's in those moments when you find out who you are, and you can never get those moments back. Ever. Once you make a decision, that's it. So you can either make a decision and sleep at night, or make the other one and suffer the consequences. That's all I got.
All right, appreciate that, man. Tyrus, come up the rear. Let's see what you got, brother.
Woo. All right, so I have to constantly remind myself I tend to be the youngest on these panels. So maybe I'm the only one who remembers what it's like to be 14, 15 years old. Can't concentrate on anything but girls and sports, right? I don't know what I wanted to be when I grew up at 14, 15. You know what I wanted? That cute girl to like me in the cafeteria, beat them dudes at spade in the table at the lunchroom, stuff like that.
Yeah, but Tyrus, you told us already, man. You were a whore. So it's understandable that you would think that way.
But I was also on the team. And see, that's the thing. Like, guys, you guys are about to hit the age where there's work programs, right? 15, 16 years old, you can start working at McDonald's or whatever. Think about the stuff you're doing right now on your team. Y'all both got coaches, right, who would dig in y'all ass if y'all late for practice, right? Late for anything? Bam, congratulations. You already know how to work in a corporate environment. You got to be a great teammate before you even allowed to really make the team, right? That's what training camp, any preseason's for. Like, first you got to show that you're a good team, right? Congratulations. You now know what it's like to work in a corporate environment. When you go look at that resume, look at all the things they asked for that got nothing to do with education. Those are the things that you can take that you're learning right now from sports, and you could take that into the corporate environment and be a good team player. And that actually makes you climb up the corporate ladder if that's the direction you want to go even further. And when you guys start working in like a couple months, if you're not already now, make sure you encourage your parents opening up a bank account and a brokerage account and start investing in yourself early, because your mind is going to be constantly changing. You're not going to be focused on one thing because you're 14, 15 years old. But one thing you can do is that you could take a little bit of your McDonald's paycheck, throw it in a brokerage account, and not think about it.
Yeah, and Tyrus, he talks a lot about that brokerage because he does it for his daughters as well. But the next thing, I mean, thank you guys for giving that. You got it in different ways. You got it calm, direct. You got it from someone that remembers being that age and the most, being there. And then, so my question now is, when he talked about the girls or whatever, focusing on the girls, what advice would you give these young men in a positive manner? What advice would you give these young men about how to navigate when it comes to that?
First and foremost, young men, just like you learn in sports, sometimes you don't get the starting position or the position you want. Learn how to handle rejection. I tell my daughters this because I tell young men this. Girls, women, they are not obligated to say hi to you. They're not obligated to smile at you. They are not obligated to acknowledge your existence. So if they say no, okay, cool. Oh, I got a boyfriend. Oh, okay. Have a good day. You see some guys, whether you know them or you see them on like the TikToks or whatever, they get all ultra offensive, start calling women all kind of names and crap just because they got rejected. They got their feelings hurt. Well, guess what? Just like you had to swallow that pride when you didn't get that position on that team, or maybe you interviewed for a dope job at the mall and you didn't get it. That's the same thing you got to do when a woman says no or when a girl says no. Because at the end of the day, as men, we're obligated to put ourselves in an uncomfortable position and lick our wounds and move on when it doesn't work out in our way.
All right. Mr. Bennett, what do you got for him?
Oh man, this is not my area, to be quite honest with you guys.
Yeah.
Just to guys give you some perspective. I know CJ, you said you're 5'11", correct? All right. Again, not to get too personal, how much do you weigh?
Around like 150, 145.
145. Keep it there. How about you, Jabari?
130.
130. And how tall are you?
5'5".
5'5". Okay, so you're still growing. And I think we lost a gentleman who was on here.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, he'll be right.
All right. When I was in high school, I was probably at my height. I was probably by the time I was a senior. Well, with your age, I was 5'8" and about 115 pounds. When I graduated college, I was 147 pounds at a height of 6'3". So I had no game, right? I had very little athletic ability. I was the bench warmer on my basketball team. So long story short, girls weren't necessarily checking me out. I was the nerdy guy. I was the 98-pound guy, got sand kicked in his face a lot and whatnot. So I was the the butt of the jokes. Had as thin as I was, I had no athletic ability, and girls weren't checking me out. So if girls are already looking at you and admiring who you are and winking at you and saying hi in the hallways or whatnot, I can't even say how I would have handled that back in the day. So this area I may take a pass on. I mean, and I'm sure you guys have already heard about, not getting into trouble, not having sex, all that stuff you probably heard of. So I'm not going to beat the dead horse here. But again, going back to what was said earlier about, again, just being focused on what you want. I mean, the girls are going to be there. It's not to say that, that can't be a part of your life. But just don't do, the mistakes. But again, I'm not in a position to answer that because I never had game like, you guys may already have a lot more swag than I did at your age. So I'll just, I'll stay. So
Jabari and CJ, just to let you know, I was the nerdy black kid in school who was making techno beats at 14. I didn't have game either, and the girls still talk to me. You guys will be all right.
I had all the game.
All right, JT, what you got for him, man? Because I want to keep them for about an hour or so. I didn't want to keep them on too long. So JT, go with yours, and then we'll get Mandrell's, and then we'll let these young men get back to it. Oh, you got a game tomorrow, CJ?
No, I got practice at like 8:30 in the morning.
Okay, cool.
Yes, sir.
We'll let y'all for a minute. After everybody answer this one, we'll let y'all go.
So wait, how old are you two again?
14.
14 and 15. All right. Do you guys have girlfriends or somebody that you are interested in?
Yes.
Yeah.
What, y'all have girlfriends already?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, that's cool, man.
Look at Mr. Bennett.
Mr. Bennett, like Mr. Bennett was a late bloomer. He was
very late. Very late. My college game wasn't that good, man. So look.
It doesn't matter, trust me.
So let me ask you this. Is she your friend?
Uh-oh. CJ, you go.
Wait, what you mean by friend?
Yeah.
Do you tell her everything? Is it like you are exclusive with her? Like There's no other girls that you looking at. You are it's just her.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're on camera right now. She might be looking. That's why I said, yeah.
That's a smart man too.
What about you, CJ?
Yeah.
All right. So it's going to be a whole lot that you guys going to have to learn about women. And it's cool being at the age you are, learning about the anatomy of a woman. I'm telling you, it is not as easy as you guys think it is. It gets worse. The older you get, the worse it get. And even with temptation, one of the things that you definitely want to preserve is your ability to be the best version of yourself. And the only way you can do that is not to have any kids with any young lady right now. You do not want to make enemies that way. So what I'm saying is that you have to learn, just like what Tyrus was saying, you have to learn how to accept rejection. You also got to learn how to reject. One of the baddest words that you can have out there is to tell a woman no. Is to say no. No, thank you. Because what happens is, no matter how we look at it right now, later on in your life, and the only thing you got to do is just look at people, probably through your family, probably people that's, neighborhood or whatever, or just hear people's stories, especially men. They get financially crippled from something that they did at a young age. Always keep that in mind, because if it frightens you, let it frighten you. It is not a good deal. You can be crippled when you just getting to be an adult. It can financially cripple you. So keep that in mind. You don't want to make mistakes when it comes down to pregnancy, and you don't want to make mistakes when it comes down to getting your heart broken to the point where it can cause you to do harm to yourself. And a lot of people don't know that young folks, man, even when I was you guys' age, we had a lot of young folks being in relationships, and they got too deep into those relationships and they hurt themselves because of, the girlfriend or the boyfriend cheated on them and stuff like that. We already understand that. And one of the things as being an older man, I try to understand is that I was once a kid. I was once a teenager. And you guys are in a bubble. And sometimes, I don't know, it may not be you too, but it's a lot of people that's your age, man, that feel like they're by themselves. So one of the things that, and I commend your father, Jabari, for doing this, because one of the things that we were saying last week was that we are not connected to you guys like we should be. So I'm just going to end that with that, man. But I wish you two the best, man, most definitely. But just keep that in mind.
Absolutely. Black David, go ahead.
Cut it out. Before you told him you had a girlfriend, my first thing came to my mind is, I know the life being 14. I was a major nerd at my time. But unlike Taru and many others, I had a goal in mind I was trying to achieve. And the goal many people think was impossible. I wanted to join one of the biggest game company out there that make video games. That was my main dream. And so in school I was trying to get into, I got blocked because of that. I will say this: you got a girlfriend, that is fine. What I do hope is your girlfriend, it push you to go to the right direction, not hold you back. The reason why I'm saying that, I didn't got no game in high school until towards the end of my final years. That's when a lot of girls were chasing me. They had boyfriend, mind you. But until they realized final year I was a good dancer, I was a mixed martial art, I was very athletic, and I was good in my academic. I kept to myself for the reason because I was trying to build something for myself. And I realized something during my high school years, that it have been known where you are. If you are driven and you're focused on your purpose, girls will chase you regardless. That is known. The question is, who the one that fit your program? I could care less about the game. I've seen in junior high, I've seen in high school, a lot of guys did that shenanigan. They got girls pregnant, dumped them for somebody else. I got a 12-year-old son. I told him this. Forget about the girls. Focus on your dream. Focus on your purpose. They will come regardless. But it will come even heavier when they see that you are driven and you are disciplined. This is what you have when you got to pick up the crop. But you know why? You want to make sure you pick the right person who align with the purpose you're trying to go to. A lot of girls.
Can I remind the panel that these are 14, 15-year-old kids where the girls literally pick the guys based on who can dunk already?
I know that. I don't forget my. I know that. I know that. But when I was 13, 14, I was thinking ahead of my game. People think I was an old spirit because I see things different from most 14 and 15. God understood it because I had elders, mentors who were teaching me these things. Jabari, CJ, you're into sport. The more you get better, the more you'll notice it. Girls start want to flock in you because they feel like you are I want to call it, a lottery ticket. They'll say, oh, he got a big dream. Let me get close to him before he shoot off. When I'm telling you these things, I didn't forget my elementary school days. I didn't forget my junior high school days. I didn't forget my high school days. I understood it very clear. That's why I'm very hands-on with my own son and my own daughter as well as my grandkids. We have these conversations. They be open with me. They tell me their struggle. They tell me who they have beef with, who they fight with from time to time. And I have to sit down and let them think for themselves and find out who's their real friend and who is not. When I'm telling you this, I'm not saying to cut it off with the girl, but as you going forth to your path that you put yourself through, if she's not for you, don't be afraid to cut it off. I'm being real with you. Because your purpose, your focus, your dream, and your goal that you set for yourself is far more important than females. They will come and go. But when you get bigger and better, they will try to flock you like crazy. Don't let it bother you. Stay on your path. They want to stick with your path and do the thing with you, she will come along with you. That's a given.
Now, see, guys, this is the part where you're going to see two grown men disagree. Because if you follow his advice, we have a big problem with kids being socially awkward and not being able to talk to people in public. And if you follow his advice, become hyper-focused and forget about your social skills, guess what you'll become? Socially awkward and weird around women, right? This is literally, high school is the training ground to get your social experience. That's why you're on the team. That's why you go to homecoming. That's why you go to prom. That's why you make sure you got a cool squad. You got to do all of those things. Right now, you guys are too young to be worried about your career. You're not even, you can't even consistently get your parents off your ass and wake up on time. Like, I get it. Like, I already know what y'all go through because I got to deal with the same things with my daughters, boy or girl. It's the same crap, right? What you guys got to focus on is just soaking in every single day right now. It's already tough enough that you got to go to class and sit there for 8 hours. That crap is boring. And you just got advice for a dude to telling you to double down on it. That crap is boring. You know what's fun? Going to practice and actually being able to make the team or actually win that starting job. Oh, shit. Actually being able to get over the fact that, damn, man, I missed that shot. I could have got it. Oh, man, I actually made that pass this time because I learned, right? You see, unfortunately, guys, this is where you see the disagreements now because everybody just gave you a bunch of preventive measures, doom and gloom, and I'm telling you to go out there and actually live life. You have to be, as men, put yourself in uncomfortable situations and not be afraid to fail. These certain things with girls, guess what? You're not gonna know until you know. Just like those girls are gonna learn something about you the hard way. That's just life, because life is sloppy, life is messy, life itself is a contradiction. CJ Jabari, I guarantee you, if you went around all these panels, you could find me contradicting myself. And you want to know why? Because life is a whole bunch of yeah buts. No, but maybe. However, you see, because 2% of life exists in black and white, and literally 98% exists in shades of gray. And let me, before I stop, CJ, Jabari, let me give you a perfect example of how to already take what you guys got and use it as hope and motivation. The fact that you're already good at showing up for practice on time. Guess what that means? You already have the ability to show up when it matters. You take that to the bank. The fact that you already made the squad and you're on the team and you're playing the games already proves that you're a decent teammate. You take that to the bank. You get what I mean? You can take all of those things and literally just apply it to the day-to-day. Guess what? It's not just the team it's not just your teammates you care about. Hey, man. Hey, look, I'm not trying to be a captain save anybody, but y'all need to stop picking on this dude in the corner. He ain't bothering nobody. You know what I mean? That don't mean you got to get into a fight. That don't mean you got to constantly just go around and check people. But sometimes the way you treat your teammates, if you treat people like that around you, man, it'll go a long way. Because that's the difference between being somebody who wants to be in the orbit and just being a black hole.
All right, man. Well, I appreciate you. So I'm gonna let these guys go. We got Andre with a $19.99 super chat. Appreciate you, man. He said, if people haven't laughed at your dreams, then you aren't dreaming big enough. Just keep pushing forward. That was Damon John, the creator of FUBU and other things. He's an entrepreneur. So thank you, Jabari. You gotta get up in the morning. Thank you, CJ. I know you got to get up in the morning as well. I appreciate you guys for being here tonight.
Pleasure meeting you two young men, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So CJ, tell your mom I said thank you, Tristan. I think he's having technical issues. He was at a huge delay. Thank Tristan and his mom and dad for allowing him to come up. CJ, thank you to your mom for letting you come up. Jabari, you know I love you, brother. I love you, man. So y'all get off, and Jabari, I'm gonna holler at you, man. And make sure you shut everything down in there, okay?
Jabari, don't worry, I'm doing good.
All right, we're gonna let y'all go, man. Appreciate it. I'm gonna play this super chat, and we come back. Me and the fellas will do a recap, man, of of how we moved tonight on the show. So let me play this, and then we'll be right back.
Oh, let me slow it down. Rapping with the singing, I be singing. You can get it all free like welfare. Back to the beginning. Know what I told ya. I got 2 degrees, now I'm dumb rich. This sound like some 718 shit. The living weirdo on the same shit. Damien, let's go violinist.
Man, woo!
My boy Damien.
Man, boy, cold with it. All right, man. So thank you so much again, Andre, for the $19.99 super chat, guys. Thank you for giving tonight. If you do want to donate to the channel, please hit the super chat button. Also, scrolling at the bottom of the screen, which I did not put it on there tonight, but you guys will see my cash app rolling at the bottom of the screen as well if you want to donate to the channel as well. Again, thank you, Tristan, CJ, Jabari. Thank you to his mom, Carnisha, Rico, his dad. Thank you to Kiki as well. Thank you to his auntie that came through in the chat. I appreciate each and every one of y'all for allowing them to come up and have this conversation tonight. So overall, guys, I mean, what do you guys think? I know we got into a bit of a disagreement, but what do you? Yeah, go ahead.
I'll say the good conversation because this is something I'll tell you before. I've been doing it for almost 20 years, speaking to young people, because I understood these things many years. Even when I was in high school, I spoke to a lot of young kids, ask what's going through their mind, why they go through some struggles. Some people were laughing out, and I understand what was going on behind their mind. So I made it my mission. If I ever get to talk to young people, sit down, listen to them, listen to their struggles, understand where they're coming from, and get in the direction to make the best decision. I don't force them. I give them the choice to make the decision they want to make for themselves. And I've been doing that for a very long time. Now, when Tony said, I wasn't socially awkward to no girls. I had a lot of female friends. I have a lot of male friends. I wasn't chasing girls. Now, if you didn't know this about me in high school, in junior high school, a lot of girls and a lot of boys were coming to me for Valentine's Day to write poetry for their girlfriend and their boyfriend. I was good with the words. They don't know how to be what they want their spouses or their partner. They come to me asking for pointers. That's what the difference. So I wasn't an awkward person at all. What was funny about it, a lot of girls see me as the big brother because they feel like I'm too good of a person to be a boyfriend material because they think they might mess up or screw me over. That's what the big difference. The same thing happened during my college years. A lot of people say I was too good to be a boyfriend. I wasn't boyfriend material. Throughout my high school and my college year, know that they
so they friend zoned you. Let's use real world.
They friend zoned me because you know what? Yes, you could call it friend zone, but the thing is, I'm glad I didn't go down that route. But when I look back at their life, the life wasn't better than mine. That's what the big difference is. So I wasn't an awkward person. I just saw that the game they want to play, I went beyond that.
So this is the part where I remind you.
I know, I get it.
This is the part where I remind you, and to be perfectly respectful, and then disrespectful at the same time, because I really don't like that clip they play every time you open your mouth, and then the fat black dude dancing. I don't know why, but I just find that disrespectful. And so, out of respect for you, CBN, I'm going to say this: I cannot tell a German kid how to grow up in Germany because they do different things. For example, the kids in Germany don't play sports like that until they get to college. The only sport they really into is soccer. It's not basketball. It's not football. They don't have the same social dynamics like the kids that grow up here in America. You get what I mean? So the way I talk, you talk to American kids, I can't talk to the same way to German kids or Romanian kids or British kids because the social dynamics are completely different. At least in America, when you relate it to that, you got to relate it to what's the thing today. And today, whether we like it or not, everything is social media based. And the only way you're going to talk to these kids is talking to them in their language.
I disagree.
And I get that.
I disagree. I disagree. It's more than just once. It's more than just one way of doing it. And that's what I had a problem with you, Tyrose. You was making it seem like it was just your way, like the way that we was expressing.
Because you guys, again, we talk about this generational gap.
I want to hear what you got to say. I want to hear what you got to say.
That's the generational gap that I'm talking about. You guys talk like doom and gloomers, and I'm telling these kids.
See, that's what I have a problem with, bro. You don't do that in front of. Hold on, bro.
Bro, they're not our kids. We're here to have a conversation, not an interrogation.
You don't do that in front of kids, bro. What you did was 100%. Hold on. Yes, you don't do what you did. You don't.
What kind of
let me put the mic back because I don't want to sound loud. You don't do what you. You don't do what you.
Is this, man?
You're just gonna keep talking over me.
Yes, because you're trying to set these kids up for failure.
So this is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about.
It already
do that type of
awkward as it is.
So you're just gonna keep on doing it, huh?
Yes, I am. Until you finally realize that if you talk to these kids like that,
this is what I'm talking about. It's not your way. It's not your way. I got something to say, and just because you talking over me, don't mean that I won't say it.
Hey, you keep letting me talk over you though. So what's that say?
This is what man. Let me tell you something, bro.
What?
This is what I'm talking about. You so fucking disrespectful, dog. I'm getting it off my chest. You so fucking disrespectful. You's a disrespectful motherfucker. I'm sorry about that, black man. But how do you do this on every fucking show? How do you do this?
I don't do this on every show.
You do. Everything. You got pushback for every fucking thing. We're just talking to some young men. Listen, we're just talking to some young men, and we did it in our own way.
JT.
The way that you did there was disrespectful.
And yet you keep inviting me back. Why is that? Oh, it got quiet. Exactly.
No, it got quiet because you're a disrespectful motherfucker. There's nobody else to talk like a little ass kid but you. You always got some bullshit to say over anything. I let that shit slide too goddamn long.
Bro, this is the internet. You ain't letting shit slide. You ain't
so what is the internet? We're talking. We're having conversation. So if you got no respect for that, get the fuck off then. Bro, it's the internet. I fuck with the internet. We all know that.
You undermine every time somebody say something. You got something to undermine. You always undermining some shit. I ain't let that shit slide no more.
I disagree with you guys. I mean, I'm sorry that I don't.
No. A disagreement is one thing. Me and Mandrell disagree with each other. Your condescending ass be doing some old bitch ass shit.
Right, and you.
Me and Mr. Bennett can disagree with one another. Me, CBN, the black man, we can disagree with each other respectfully. That bullshit you doing, you go and you take this shit on them dust.
Can you remind me again why Gen Z don't listen to you guys? Then we
have I don't give a fuck about none of that shit you talking about.
Then because why do you come on here? Hold on. You just caught it. So why do you come on here if you don't?
Because you just said that you don't care.
Bro, you're not even.
So now I don't care. Now I don't care.
Yeah, I know you don't.
Like they gonna listen to your goofy ass.
They definitely not listening to you. So might as well give it a
shot. Use a goof.
I'm a what?
Use a goof.
Hold on, just
what does that even mean? I'm sorry, I'm younger than you, bro. I don't know what that means.
Hold on, just
I know you are.
Hold on, just a second, JT and Tyrese.
What, 12?
What am I?
Mr. Bennett, I'm gonna bring some balance in here. Mr. Bennett, what are your thoughts, Mr. Bennett?
Ass figures, man.
Mr. Bennett, what's your thoughts? Bring some balance.
Well, going into this, I didn't know, and a lot of times I don't like to do a lot of prep before I go into a show. I just thought like to come in kind of cold and just kind of roll with whatever how it rolls with.
Right.
But I think the environment is such where I'm not sure if this was the most conducive for them. Because like I said, being just the way the panel looks, it's kind of like, you know, the interrogation scene and really trying, and I appreciate you trying to bring that down and bring in the interest and things like that into it. But I think a lot of these bonds, they have to be either one-on-one or where there's more of them than there are of us.
Right. Okay.
So it's like, you know, so yeah, speaking to a classroom.
Yeah, I'm not going to dance around the issue, bro. It felt this whole panel, I tried to put myself in those kids' situation. I felt like I was getting interviewed for my secret clearance. That's how stale and like, yo, it was an interrogation. We were supposed to have a conversation.
He's explaining it now. We don't need you to go out there and do that dumb shit you doing.
So
he's explaining it.
Yeah, let him finish, Tyrese. Let him finish.
Yeah, Bruce, in part, I'm acknowledging what you're saying. I'm saying I don't know if
this was co-signing what you're saying.
Right. This is not the most comfortable environment to have that conversation. Either you do it one-on-one, like a mentor-mentee sort of thing, or you do it where again they don't feel like they're surrounded in a group. So I think environment matters when it has these conversations. I have been in situations where I've talked to young people, and really I like them to kind of steer the conversation. Really, what the reason why I asked that question was because I like to oftentimes get at angst. Usually for 14, 15-year-olds, I see that at this point they're starting to really question. Up to that point, they just did what their mother and father said or whatever their authority figure said. But then they start to figure some things out and they start to ask questions. And a lot of times the adults aren't there to answer the questions that they have, which leads to their frustrations. So a lot of times I like to start off with that. Like what really, like for example, I used to do teen ministry in my church. And a lot of times what I would do is I would just ask them, what's the thing you hate most about church? Just to get it out the air and just start talking about stuff. Yeah, and then one of them may start out and say, well, I don't like they do this, that, and the third, or why do we do this and that? Now I can have an engagement. Now we can start to talk about some things, and I can be honest with them and says, I have no idea why they're doing that. Oh yeah, that's pretty old and outdated too. I agree with you. And so I think it's important that we build. I think especially with these young people, I think you need to certainly build a relationship. Whether you can have a dialogue back and forth. Before you can really have the conversation. So, and I think that's certainly just the overall topic of your show. I think we need to have environments where that kind of interaction can take place. And I think, each individual here in our own ways, we can certainly foster that.
Mr. Bennett, can I ask you a question?
Yes, sir.
Which one of those kids think they ever, do you think watched Jordan or Isaiah Thomas play?
Probably none of them, but I think
none of them, right?
But the fact that we do have internet and we have video, and you go back, and again, since Michael Jordan is still to this day an influential figure, you can go back and look at the flying dunks and things of that nature. So I think a lot of their influence is going to be based on what they've seen before. Like I didn't see Ali a lot growing up. I was too young for Ali, but I watched every Muhammad Ali fight multiple times. I've seen the
right. But Mr. Bennett, did you not see those kids' faces? They was y'all was having this conversation, and the kids were looking zoned out because they didn't know what the hell we was talking about.
Well, a couple of guys did pick Jordan in there when they were asked about their top 5.
Remember when BM was going through the topics of who's going to win the NFL games, and the guys just kind of spaced out because you just asked a bunch of basketball players about football, and they really into basketball. You see what I mean? These are the little small things that these kids were literally see. This is why I love reading the comments now. I'm going to start doing that because it actually hypes me up even more, because this is the kind of crap I'm talking about. If you simply paid attention, you would see that these kids were already spaced out the moment y'all was talking about some crap they never saw before.
You know what you're missing? Let me tell you what you're missing.
Please tell me what I'm missing.
You're just doing this. This ain't like this was already done. This is like a pilot, man. This is what we were saying.
I literally asked Jabari what his
listen what I'm saying, because it's going over your fucking head.
Really?
This is the first time that we tried to listen. This is the first time. Ain't no yes or no. I'm about to tell you what I'm saying. This is the first time that somebody has even did this. We need to have this type of. This nigga gonna keep doing it. We need to have this type of dialogue we need, black man. I'm talking to you, brother. We need to have the dialogue that we have to have, and we have to be willing to make the mistakes that we are. We already understand the problem is that those kids are not looking at us. You made the first step. Mr. Bennett gave a great critique based off of what he's saying. We have to do it better. We have to do it better. This is the first time that you did it, brother. I commend you. I didn't know what was going on till about an hour before the show was. And I like that because this is what we have to do. This is what we have to make the mistakes. We have to figure out how to get it to these kids. We can't be sitting in front of those kids arguing about the ideals to do it when we're just figuring it out now ourselves. This stuff is new to us, man.
Were all nice and polite to each other when they was coming up with the Declaration of Independence.
What are you talking about when they was coming up? I'm talking about something that was never done.
Bro,
you so fucking disrespectful, dog. I'm telling you, you so damn disrespectful right now, and you was then.
Because you still on this taboo 1950s.
Okay, all right. So if you you know what? We on black man shit. We on black man shit. So I ain't gotta stoop down to your funky ass level. I'm gonna let you
did, bro. It's too late. You already lost.
So hold on, get Mandrell. And Mandrell, what are your thoughts?
About what?
About what's transpiring right now. What do you think we could do better next time when we have a show where we have young men on the show? We're critiquing
the thing is, okay, Tarus has valid points. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, maybe he can bring those up in a meeting before we have the show and give us an idea about how to communicate with people that age.
Right.
But, like, blasting it.
Do that, Mandrell. This was a YOLO topic. I didn't know what he was talking about.
Yeah, I get it. But, blasting out the mistakes.
Shut your fucking mouth then.
Well, I mean,
bro, you shut your fucking mouth, you old salty bitch.
Well, I mean, see, this
cry more than the women you complain about.
Yeah, but this right here, this ain't helping at all.
In
my opinion. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, come on. Okay, so Tyrus and JT, let's critique the show on how we can get better next time, all right? How we can move forward. And next time, like Mr. Bennett had a great point.
And then you can ask them.
More them than us. Yeah, it needs to be
more.
The
thing is, you can ask them how to communicate with them and let them tell us.
Yeah.
You know, say how they want to receive the information. Now, here's the thing, at the same time.
Talk to these guys like they're your squad members. Black man, why don't you just talk to these boys like you're a coach? You literally know how to talk to these
Yeah.
Mandrell, you were in the army. You know how to talk to young kids. Talk to them like you're a squad leader, bro. Guess what? The squad leader ain't always lecturing people or an interrogation. We doing fun shit. We doing stuff team building, bro. Like, y'all talk like everything's doom and gloom, interrogation, linear. Like, damn, did y'all forget what it's like to be a teenager? I'm 35. Guess what? It wasn't that long ago. Y'all 50, but guess what? It wasn't that long ago.
I'm not 50.
God damn.
Mandrell made a correction. I knew he was coming. Mandrell.
I'm 44. Me and Mandrell the same age.
Motherfucker, you ain't got the answers.
I'm not 50.
Man, I'm sorry, y'all. And it's been going, and this motherfucker is going like he got all the fucking answers. It is what it is. I see why he be going off on your punk ass.
Yeah, and you also see why they keep inviting me.
It's not the fact that he's making a point. It's the fact that he's so fucking disrespectful. I ain't got a problem with his points. I ain't never had a problem with his points. I got a problem with his antics that comes behind that bullshit, that disrespectful ass, condescending ass tone.
Hey, at least you know who I am.
That ain't no goddamn talk to him like a drill sergeant, nigga. You talk to him like a goddamn wife.
I did not talk to him like a fucking drill sergeant. I didn't say that at all.
We can't get it right, man, because we got motherfucker. Let me tell you what pissed me off when CBN. Talking, Mr. Bennett, myself, and this nigga gonna go back and tell those kids that we so doom and gloom. That ain't what you tell them.
Go rewatch that and tell me I'm wrong.
Nigga, I did rewatch it.
Tell me you're right. How'd you just rewatch the live stream?
Nigga, I got.
How you did that, JT?
Nigga, I'm good at this. I got 2 fucking screens and I got 2 goddamn shows up right now. I can go back to it, you funk ass nigga.
Just show us.
Man, I'm done, man. I'm out.
Show
Fuck
us.
this nigga, man.
Nah, bro. I'm tired of the words. Show me your action, bro.
All right, go ahead, Black David.
Run with the good stuff.
Here's the problem.
You see, hey, young man.
Mr.
You
Ben.
see, at the end of the day, I can show up and stand 10 toes down, whether you like me or not. I don't cut and run.
Anyway, as I was saying, Mr. Bennett do have a solid point. I've done Sunday school with a lot of young kids. I've done mentor.
Cody, they're not our children. That's not my kid. That's not my blood. So we got to talk to them like normal human beings, Cody.
As I was saying this is not new to me. When I say I've done it for more than 20 years, talk about Big Brother, talk about Sunday school, talk about mentoring. I spoke to a lot of kids over the many years. Many times they ask me questions how to overcome things. I've talked to a lot of my niece and nephew and tell them how to conduct themselves. I am not new to this. What I said was legit. I still talk to my son's friend from time to time. My son will bring the phone over to me. His friend will start asking me questions left and right, and I do my best to answer. Because what I do notice, they look for people who they could be honest and genuine. The question that Mr. Bennett asked before, I've asked that several questions several times on many different time frames. When I was my teen, when I was my 20, when I was my
Please
30.
stop bringing up Mr. Bennett, because Mr. Bennett is the one dude other than BM that I didn't have a problem with saying. It was specifically you, bro, with the doom and gloom stuff.
I'm not doom and gloom.
Yeah, run the tape back and watch.
Maybe to your experience, it sounds like doom and gloom. But yet, I did said before, I know that like being 14. I have been there. I was the nerd. I got picked on. I could care less about it. I was doing many people's homework back in the time. A lot of these guys come to me, ask me how to talk to their girl, which is funny. You will believe this. A lot of these guys don't got game. They did not. I didn't have game. I didn't know how to use my words the right way at the right time. In other words, I help a lot of guys in junior high and high school get the panties. Did you do that? No. So I ain't doom and gloom.
All right. What's your final thoughts, Black David?
My final thought is this.
God, bro.
This might be the pilot whatsoever, but I do understand things. We have to understand, yes, because we may have a point. This time is different from our time, but doesn't mean things not being repeated. History repeats itself just because you change the slangs, you change the terminology, doesn't mean it's different. No, it's not different. It's still the same thing. The problem is they're going through the same thing we go through in our teen years, but at a different level. I get it, I understand it. That should not stop us to keep ourselves open for the communication team, both the youth and those coming to our level, because at this point right now, if you're not ready to share the true wisdom to them, they're going to be lost. And I'm being honest about that.
All right.
You know where to find me.
All right. Appreciate you, man. Thank you, Black Dave, for being here tonight. All right. Brother Tarus.
BM, once again, thank you for allowing me on the panel. I broke a cardinal rule today. I read the comments like Mandrell told me not to. And once again, it just turned me into Vlad the Impaler because I
see. That's why I told you not to. That's why I told you not to do it, man. Don't do it.
BAS talking all this actually just makes me want to do it more because I actually like pissing her off too now. So my final thoughts is this: life is fun.
Don't do it,
life
man.
It's entertaining.
Don't do it.
When you're trying to talk to a 14, 15-year-old kid, do you really think they know what a mortgage is? Do you really think they know what a career is or the corporate environment or the ethics code of not smashing your coworkers? No. They're 14, 15 years old. The girls right now, universally in America, we are at the age where the girls are picking the guys who can dunk or who's the starter on the football team or who's the prettiest. And guess what? Their opinions change every day, just like the boys' opinion changes every day because they're 14, 15 going through puberty. So sure, you could talk to every child like you're in an FBI interrogation with a spotlight on their face. Or you can actually show the kids what it looks like in real world. Oh, wait, by the way, these kids aren't ignorant. You don't want to know why, audience? You don't think those kids hear you and your spouse arguing in the room when you guys think you're being whispering or you're quiet? You don't think your kid is drawing the F word in the sandbox during research right now and you don't know about it? Because a lot of you parents was like, oh, my kid would never. Yeah, your kid absolutely would and probably is. Stop trying to shield your kids who are already more exposed to the real world than you. Because the reality is these kids don't listen to the older generation because they can pick up their smartphone, fact check you on the spot, and know you're full of shit. That's my final thoughts.
All right, man. Appreciate you, Tyrus. Have a good night, my brother. Hey, you can step backstage. All right, man. Mandrill, your final thoughts, man.
Truth has some good final thoughts. He's actually right. I don't know what he and JT was arguing about. I tuned the shit out, and I never caught the beginning of it. So, and listen to it. I'm glad I did. It's a good attempt, good effort, strong effort, and you need to do a lot more of it. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, before you have it, ask the kids themselves, okay, trying to figure out how to relate to you. How would you like us to talk to you? And just start asking questions and go from there. You know what I'm saying? Because I can be honest, relate to a 14-year-old. I'm a combat veteran. Really? I'm going to relate to a 14-year-old, 15-year-old? I mean, there's only so many ways I'm going to be able to do that. You know what I'm saying? And all the thing I know how to do is talk to them like men. I don't remember what it's like to be 14, 15, like Tyrus. I don't remember it. 14, 15, no clue what I was doing. So, you good effort. And the only thing you can do is try to improve from here.
Yeah, absolutely, brother.
And that's it. Bring some more young men over here and talk to them. And have them, tell the audience what they're experiencing in school and stuff like that. Because apparently you got a lot of people out here who don't know that. They don't know what these kids go through, in school and the way society is right now with them. We talk a lot of times about how women are now, and we're grown. How are they at 14, 15? We don't know. So how are we going to warn them about something in the future? We don't know what they're going through now.
Absolutely, brother. All right,
man.
Go ahead. Thank you for the critique, man. I appreciate it, man. Thank you, Mandrill, for being here tonight, my brother. All right. Last but not least, my brother. What's going on, Mr. Bennett? What's your final thoughts for tonight?
Hey, Warriors effort tonight, for real. Appreciate you again. As you've always done with this platform, you're willing to tackle the subjects that people don't want to talk about. You're ready to create forums and spaces for people to have dialogue. I mean, you got deaf people having dialogue on a YouTube channel. I mean, how many people have that kind of boldness to do that? So I salute your efforts to do that. Just a quick question I had: these men, these young men personally, do they have older brothers?
No, no, those are my nephews. Okay. Yeah, so
Okay.
and my son. So Jabbar is my son.
Right, right.
So
That
Jabbar is
I
the
know.
oldest. He's the oldest, and then Tristan is the oldest, and then CJ is the oldest. So they're all the oldest of their siblings.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Do they have men in their lives who are in their 20s?
No.
Okay. Early 30s.
Early 30s, yes.
Okay. There was a point that was made. I think World Class might have made this some time ago, and it just resonated with me. That especially when it comes to these conversations, I really think that for us older guys, I think that any kind of peer mentorship or whatever probably shouldn't go past maybe 10, 15, 20 years tops. So I think for a lot of times for us, yes, I've been in spaces where I've talked to teens, but now that I think about it, I was probably in my 30s when I was doing it. If I go back, because it's been a minute since I've actually done it. And I say all that to say that I think a lot of times I think we need to, like, their best influencers are going to be guys who are going to be in their generation, but maybe just a bit ahead of them so they can kind of see the tunnel. But we grew up in a different world, different technology than they did. So the conversation that Mandrell had led a while back on the Gen Xers talking to the millennials, I think that's a good ground to start. And the reason why is because I think those millennials then can further connect with the Ys and the Zers. So I think that certainly, creating a forum for not only for these dialogues to have place, but the people who we bring in to train the younger ones or to have, relationships with the younger ones, I think will also be used for this conversation. But for a 53-year-old person like myself, even though I have daughters, and even still sometimes the conversations is getting better because they're getting older. And now a lot of things that I might have tried to tell them when they were 14, 15 years old, now they come back to me and say, okay, now Dad, I see what you were talking about. But at the time, did they necessarily want to hear everything that I was saying? Probably not. So I think, again, having a younger guys who are going through early adulthood and learning to adult, we call it adulting now, having those conversations and then encouraging them to then reach back and grab some of these young guys. I think there is a line of mentorship that we can encourage in these spaces as well. But if there's an opportunity to do this again, I would definitely, as Mandrell and even Tarus was saying, really try to get into their world a little bit and let them kind of run and see how these things will go. But again, just the fact that you're willing to take the risk and do this and have even as grown folks, sometimes we don't act right in these spaces, but you're willing to do it. And I just think that your willingness to take these risks, I think they'll have big rewards down the line. And I just appreciate everything that you do and your just desires to want to make our communities better and enrich the lives of people across the board. That's why I salute this channel. And again, that's why I support this channel. Again, if you haven't subscribed to Black Men's Filters Network, I encourage you to do so, become a member, and really support what this brother's kind of trying to do. He may not get the big followings or whatnot, but he's putting the quality content in that to make us all better. And I'm just appreciative to be a part of it. So thank you very much for everything you do, Black Man.
Absolutely, man.
I can hang out in the back.
Yeah. I'll see you in a minute. I'll be in just a second. All right, guys. Thank you so much for being here tonight, man. We always have to give an effort to do things differently. So again, thank you to Tristan for being here tonight. My nephew, my brother Rico's son, and my sister Carnisha's son. Thank you so much for my sister's son, CJ Kiki. Thank you for allowing him to come on tonight. And thank you to my son Jabbar. Shout out to him for coming on tonight as well. I appreciate you all. I love you all dearly. I appreciate you. And I think in the future, we'll try to rotate. And some of these young men, get them, acclimated to having conversations. And Mr. Bennett had a great point to have more of them than us. So, some of us can, sit back and take a seat, and some of us, I can just rotate us on and off the screen and just have, 6 of them and 4 of us. And we could do it that way. But this is what I desire to do. I desire to give platforms to people and to even to the young men here. I already told them that I was going to open up another channel and have them have their own channel as well. So different things coming in the future where we can grow here and have these conversations to help everybody. So thank you again tonight to everybody that came. JT, Mr. Bennett, Black David, thank you. Mandrell, thank you. Tyrus, thank you for being here tonight. And guys, just understand something. As Black men, we're going to bump heads sometimes, right? We kept the kids for an hour, right? And I thank the guys for being respectful enough for disagreeing and a more positive and not, they didn't go into what they went into after the kids left. So I thank them for being respectful when the kids were here and handle what they disagreed about when the kids were not here. So I respect that, and I respect these men. So I will go in the trenches with these men for sure. But we do hash things out. Even after this show, when this show goes off, we're backstage hashing these things out because this is what we do as men. And we want to be that example. So sometimes it will get heated. Sometimes we will bump heads. Sometimes it's going to get rough, right? Because we're men. Men are warriors. And sometimes that warrior stands up and stands in his square. So I want everybody to know that I appreciate you. Everyone in the chat, you're undefeated. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you guys for giving to the channel. Listen, this is the kind of content that I'm going to be creating moving forward. So guys, if you want to donate to the channel, everything you do will go into this channel, whether to change backgrounds, to change the scenery, to add more stuff to the channel, just everything, man. Just so if you want to give, please give. You see the Cash App rolling at the bottom. You also see the super chat. Join the network. And come see us every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We're rolling every day. And again, we have Monday, we have Reaction Monday. Tuesday, we have Talk That Talk Tuesday, which is one of our more popular shows. We have unisex, so normally 5 women, 5 men, but we'll be here, have that conversation from a perspective from both sexes. On Wednesday, we have the sports show at 7. We also have Unapologetic with Mandrell and Shushu at 8:30 p.m. Central Standard Time on Wednesday. On Thursday, we have the Dustosphere, 6 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time. That's like Saturday Night Live, but on Thursday. So that's a Thursday Night Live show where, man, you don't know what you're going to get. The comedy is off the chain. So come and see us on the Dustosphere at 6 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time on Thursday. And then on Friday, we have Barbershop Talk, ladies and gentlemen. Come back for Barbershop Talk. This was Barbershop Talk tonight. I want to bring the young men in, have a conversation with them. I think we did pretty good to start, right? Because we have to measure the temperature of the room, right? And so there are some critiques we're going to make backstage. There's some critiques we're going to make as men so we can have more young men come back and have these conversations. So again, thank you guys so much for being here tonight. Thank you for being a part of Black Men Unfiltered Network. Thank you for all you give and all you say and how you share the content. It's been amazing tonight. I appreciate you guys. We'll continue to get better. Just stick with us. All right. Until next time, we out.